We get it. After all the frustration, the endless cycles of hoping for a system that actually works, you're ready for something steady. Something that delivers without constant workarounds or headaches. That's why we're excited to introduce the 2025 redesign of the Buzz CRM. Built with you in mind, it's more intuitive, faster, and smarter than ever. Finally, a CRM that sees your worth, streamlines your workflows, and gives you the tools to thrive without needing to prove yourself over and over again. Because you deserve a lifeline after all those outdated platforms. You deserve a system that keeps up with your goals and grows with your success. This isn't just a redesign, it's a revolution. Visit thebuzzcrm.com today. That's thebuzzcrm.com.
Welcome back, my friends. I am Vivian McPeak, and this is Hemp Present. If you have feedback or would like to suggest a guest or topic for the show, email me at hempresent@gmail.com. Troy Stevens has been actively engaged in the cannabis community, particularly in advocating for patients' rights and raising awareness about medical marijuana. He is here to tell us about his latest endeavor, the Cannaverse Content Creators Awards Show, a grassroots community awards event created for the grassroots cannabis community globally. Welcome, Troy, to Cannabis Radio.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yeah. Let's just dive in. Tell us a little bit about the what you got planned and what inspired you to create the Cannaverse Awards, and why does the cannabis industry need another award show?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I started up. I moved to Illinois and I was taking care of a family member, so I'm at home constantly. So I started up my medical garden again here, and I was down here, and I'm working with some sponsors now. So after you get done working all day and then you work in your garden all day, I mean, you've just started if you're going to be a content creator. So then you got to record, edit, share, and engage. You know, so it was a lot of work. You know, and I've seen some of these videos some of these guys are doing, and it's just beautiful work. You know, and there was no recognition, no awards shows for them. You know, and all the breeders and the growers, all sorts of cups, you know, and grow offs and stuff like that. But I thought it would be time, you know, it's kind of neat to give some recognition to the guys that are promoting the seeds and the you know, the products that these guys are making or whatever. So, yeah.
That's really a different angle. That's really a different angle. So tell us about, you know, who can enter the competition? How does the nomination process work for the Cannaverse Awards?
Okay, yeah, well, this was our first year, so we just kind of got a feel for it. We were seeing if anybody would have been interested, so we started a Facebook group, the Cannaverse nomination group on Facebook, and all you needed to do was come in there and create a post saying, I nominate so-and-so for category whatever. We have 20 different categories they can choose. And then once that post received 10 likes, they became official nominees. So yeah, we ran nominations for about a month, 6 weeks, and we came up with 224 official nominees to be in the award show. Yeah.
And can people self-nominate?
Absolutely. We were encouraging self-nomination because it was a first year event and nobody had heard of it, you know, and
right.
But yeah, self-nominations were very good, very acceptable. Yeah.
What kind of geographical area so far is kind of represented? Do you have a feel on that?
Yeah, we hit a lot of the Midwest here. We got a lot of Michigan, Illinois, Kansas City, Missouri, you know, that kind of area. I did reach up into Canada a little bit. We got a couple from Washington and a couple from California, but yeah, boy, as soon as the nomination process ended and we posted all the official nominees, people really started, oh, well, how do I get involved in that? And I said, well, you know, it wrapped up for this year, but yeah, we're hoping next year to spread our wings a little bit more and hit Instagram and some of the other platforms to reach a little further.
Is that a global opportunity? Global reach?
Absolutely, yes. Anywhere on the planet, if you are growing and producing any kind of cannabis content for the community, you are absolutely involved. You're and welcome.
So, real quickly, I mean, what's your history with cannabis?
Well, I started off as a medical patient in Seattle with you guys up there. And I started a little dispensary. I was helping medical patients acquire some genetics. There was too many times I was in dispensaries, and I'd see what what they had to choose from, and a lot of times they had mold and bugs, and sometimes they weren't even labeled correctly. So I really wanted patients to be able to have access to quality, reputable genetics and know exactly what they were getting. And most of the time, I donated them for free. So it was, it was mostly about the patients. And then when recreational started up, I worked on the I-502 campaign with Normal and stuff like that. And it's and then I had to move. Unfortunately, I came out here to Illinois, which is medical and recreational, so I started back up again.
What kind of cannabis community is there in Illinois?
It's different than Seattle. It's just starting off out here. A lot of these people are getting their first grow tents and stuff like that. So they've legalized just a couple of years ago. So it reminds me a lot of Seattle, 2015. Is where we were then. So yeah, right. they're coming up behind, but they're on their way. And boy, there's some great breeders out here. I was very impressed. So
nice. What can you tell us about the categories for your Cannaverse Awards?
Absolutely. Yes, we have just about everything. I mean, we tried to make it so it was very inclusive. I think almost anybody fits into somewhere. We've got everything from best cannabis educator, organic, hydroponic, best advocacy, all the way up to like storytelling and comedians. And, so yeah, it's just a little bit for everybody. We have one for podcasting. So I think maybe hopefully next year we'll get you in there. That'd be kind of cool. And just a little bit of everything. Auto flower, entertainment, hydroponic, product reviewers. So yeah, 20 different categories.
And just let me wrap my mind. So that's for people doing, creating content for those categories, or actually participating directly in those categories?
Well, if you're an advocate, let's say you're an advocate like you would go out to a rally or something, and then you post pictures of it and you engage with the community. So that would be considered advocacy content, cannabis advocacy. When you guys would do the go to the jail, the on Christmas Eve and stuff like that, the visual, that's advocacy. That's as soon as you post it, it becomes content. So
right.
Yeah, we're really trying to keep it with content creation and stuff like that, because, like I said, a lot of the other stuff involved in cannabis, glass blowing, they have competitions and stuff for that. So yeah.
Got it. So it's just really a new kind of more modern angle.
Absolutely, yeah.
Making sure that
music, audio,
yeah, making sure those folks are properly honored. Tell us about the important dates and deadlines you have coming up.
Okay, well, we just started voting on February 1st. So if you are on Facebook, if you go to the Cannaverse Awards group, it is a private group because we're monitoring people coming in, so we don't have too many problems. But we'll get you accepted in there, and there's links in there. That's where you can go and vote. So you have until March 31st to get all the votes in. So we still have lots of time for voting. And then the show will air April 19th. It's just a Saturday night.
Got it.
Yeah, we will be broadcasting that live from the Kansas City Cannafest. Yeah, it is an online event, even though we will be hosting the broadcasting will be hosted in a public event. But yeah, it's mainly for online viewership.
What kind of community support have you received, or kind of feedback on this? Are people psyched about this concept?
Yeah, we had 245 nominees, and when I reached out to let them know or whatever, most of them were very ecstatic. They sharing and very thankful. We had a couple of people that refused or didn't, they didn't accept it, and that's fine. You're going to have that when you have 240 people doing anything together. So, but no, we had a 98% very positive return on the first year, and it's gotten a lot bigger than we thought. But we picked up a couple thousand members in our group in a couple of weeks, so it really started ramping up quickly. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty exciting. Is this your first time doing an award show?
It is, yes, yeah. So we're learning as we go. Next year we'll have a better setup where we're going to do nominations actually on a third-party website next year, so everybody can see who's being nominated, how many votes they have, and stuff like that, and keep a running total of it. But
we're going to take a quick break and come back with our second segment with Troy Stevens from the Cannaverse Content Creators Award Show.
Time to roll out for the people that let us hemp present. Hang loose. We're coming right back.
We're back with Troy Stevens. Troy, tell us, how is the judging going to work for the Cannaverse Awards?
Okay, yeah, very cool. Judging, yeah, there will be no judging whatsoever. This is 100% community choice award. So you are the judge. Yeah, so if you look on that list and you see somebody you want to support, get it out, share it, let people know about it, and yeah, there's a link you'll click on. There's 20 categories. You get to pick one person per category. At the bottom, when you hit submit, it will send you an email confirmation with a receipt for your votes that you placed. But yeah, all the voting will be community choice. There are no judges.
Why was it important to you to recognize content creators?
Well, like I said, boy, Hollywood has all the award shows and they have massive budgets and all this stuff. And we do just as much work. We're doing it all by ourselves. And this is after we've worked an 8-hour day. So I'm sitting up here till 6 o'clock in the morning, editing videos and posting and sharing and tagging and commenting. It's a lot of work. And it's a thankless job, and nobody ever seems to get recognized for it. So I thought it would be great to have a recognition event one night for them. Yes, not necessarily an award show as much as it's just a recognition event. We're going to have memorable honorable mentions for everybody that was nominated. We're trying to include as many people as we can. So
nice. What say that you win in a category is what do people receive? I mean, how are the winners awarded and honored?
Well, we're trying to get together. We're working with some sponsors and stuff right now. We're trying to come up with I guess this is the grassroots. There was zero money. We're not taking any corporate money for it whatsoever. And so like I said, I'm a caregiver, so there's not a whole lot of money. But we're looking into trophies or plaques, or there will be some sort of award. And then we'll be doing interviews and stuff like that with the winners afterwards and stuff like that. And it'd be a nice little thing to add to your resume, a 3-time nominee, 1-time winner of the Cannaverse Awards. So there will be some, I've had some representatives from companies reach out to me and they were curious about when the show is going to be. They're going to be watching to see who the up and coming podcasters and content creators are. And they might just want to reach out and speak with you, and so there could be some good positive things coming out of that.
So you're creating content about the content creators.
I am. Yes. It's kind of funny. Yes, you're absolutely right.
But and then they could turn around and create content about you, making content about them, and it could go on forever.
Yes. And boy, a lot of people are telling me, I've been in this community, but I've never heard of this guy or this guy, so I'm checking out his stuff and it's very cool, so thank you for the connection. A lot of these people are meeting each other right here for the first time. So it's been a collaboration, honestly. And yeah, it's very cool. We created group chats and stuff, and we're getting these people to know each other and work together, and they're trading genetics, and stuff like that and ideas. So
really it's fostering the cannabis community and creating networks, and people giving people notoriety, and generally advancing the common cause. I mean, are there other ways that you think the Cannaverse Awards benefit the cannabis industry and community?
Well, like I said, this was supposed to be a very inclusive event. We're trying to bring everybody together. We're hoping people maybe pick up their game a little bit, and really start competing and putting out some really interesting content for next year's awards. So yeah, it's just kind of introducing everybody to each other and seeing what they're doing. And then next year will be a real good competition, but people will know about it and they can work on it for all year and put together some great videos. Like I said, what really caught my attention one day, I was on YouTube and there was a guy on there who had a video. It was a minute video, but the guy edited it for 50 to 60 hours. Took him over a year to shoot the footage for a 1-minute video, but it was just beautiful, and it just, to me, it's artwork to a point, and it needed some recognition.
Nice. How can people watch and enjoy the ceremony?
Okay, we're going to be sharing that across. Yeah, we're going to be broadcast on many app or platforms. But the link will be on either my site or the Cannaverse Awards site. And we do have an official Cannaverse Awards Facebook page. So yeah, if you just search for Cannaverse on Facebook, and yeah, we're going to be blasting it everywhere. Master Rochi from Indiana and Penny Lane are going to be co-hosting the show. So yeah, it should be a real good time.
Can you talk a little bit about what are the laws for cannabis right now in Illinois? I mean, What was legalized?
Illinois.
What's allowed?
Yeah. Well, when I first moved here, I was a non-resident, non-medical patient. I went into a dispensary, and they've got very, very few of them. There's maybe 1 to 2 per city. So you go in there, and a 1 gram oil cartridge was $150. And so that's why I had to start up my medical garden again. But they have come down in a few years. But medical is 5 plants only per house. It's sort of like Washington, except the prices are pretty high. The medical community here, I guess, sued to try to keep recreational out. So right now, all the dispensaries are medical dispensaries that are open to the public. So they're going to start building some more brick and mortar buildings. So hopefully that will bring prices down. But like I said, it hasn't really discouraged the black market or the gray market out here. People are still, it's cheaper to go on the street than it is to go to the stores, unfortunately. But they're working on it.
Is law enforcement still targeting people for cannabis, or have you heard any?
I heard of
feedback on any changes that have taken place.
Yeah, well, I've only heard of one raid, honestly, since I've been here in the last 3 years, and the guy had over 200 plants, large amounts of cash, and guns. So it's I haven't heard of them messing with, and we really haven't heard of anybody getting messed with for 5 to 10 plants or whatever. A small personal garden in their home. So yeah, you really have to make some noise to get yourself messed with out here. But
right.
Yeah.
Here in Washington State, as you probably know, right, since you worked on I-502, the smell of cannabis is no longer probable cause to search your car.
Nice.
You can have up to an ounce on you at any given time. Is there a similar situation in Illinois?
Yes, it's 1 ounce in person, and gosh, I believe here it has to be in the package if you were in the public. It has to be in a sealed container.
Right. Same way here.
Okay. Yep. So, and 21 years old. Yep. And that's
right. So it's like we thought with I-502 that if that passed here in Washington State, that model or something very similar would kind of be the blueprint, right? In other states.
No home grow here either. You guys get a home grow yet? I know
we have no home grow here. In fact, about a week ago, I testified to the state legislature in favor of a home grow bill. That's before the legislature right now. That's primarily pushed by the Cannabis Alliance. But there's a lot of great people that just continuously working on it, and it's just we have home brew here where you can brew 1,000 gallons of spirits in your home.
Yes.
Why shouldn't you be able to grow weed? Why should it be a felony to grow some weed when there's people growing it in businesses and selling it in stores?
Absolutely.
So it's kind of a no-brainer, and it's something that we definitely
keep up the fight.
we definitely have to deal with. It's, as you probably know, there's a kind of a apathy now. People, well, isn't pot legal? It's like, no, it's federally illegal, and here anything over an ounce is a felony in Washington State. Just because you can go in and buy some weed in a store, there's still 40,000 people in jails and prisons incarcerated for cannabis.
Absolutely.
So, but there's this kind of perception that we've arrived. And
we've got a long ways to go still.
It's still a Schedule I controlled substance on the federal level. All this shit could go away in like a couple months or less, right?
Yeah. Yes.
If the federal government made the right move, and it's not inconceivable in this environment that what we kind of know and are counting on is just radically changed. We're just gonna have to see. It's time for another break. I'm talking to Troy Stevens from the Cannaverse Awards. We're gonna come right back for our final segment.
Time to roll out for the people that let us present. Hang loose. We're coming right back.
We're back for our final segment with Troy Stevens. Troy, do you have sponsors for the Cannaverse Awards? Are you looking for more sponsors?
Yes, we do have some sponsors. We do have some sponsorships available yet. We've got Minnesota Roots, Canna Harvest, Moe's Lighting from Kansas City, and the AOD and featuring the Cannafest in Kansas City, April 18th and 19th.
And if somebody was thinking of being a sponsor, how would they go about that?
They can reach out to me, or like I say, you have to go to the page and then there's just message me personally. There are a couple ads on there, or a post on there about the sponsorship ads. So yeah. We will give them a 30-second commercial during the broadcast of the show, and then they'll be mentioned before and after that, the green carpet event and the after party. So yeah, there's quite a bit of coverage. And we're only allowing in 10 sponsors, so we're not going to flood it with sponsors. It's more about the content and stuff like that. So,
what have you learned through this process? Is there anything that surprised you, or an unusual challenge or obstacle that you weren't planning on? Or I mean, like, what has this process been like for you personally?
Well, I've discovered not everybody wants to be recognized, and that's I completely respect that. Some people are not into the award shows and the recognition, and then a couple of other people told me they don't want to show their face, or their identity. They would prefer to keep it, So, and I would totally respect that. So, but yeah, it's gone actually pretty smoothly. We've had a couple bumps in the road with the websites and stuff like that, but it's just long hours, a lot of reaching out to people and stuff like that. But yeah, I've met so many cool people that I've never had the opportunity to would have been able to speak with. So that's been a blessing. It's been very, very informative. Yes. There's a lot more to a project like this than I thought. All about that.
Right. Yeah. My work with HempFest, of course, I came in, contacts and even friendships with thousands of people in the cannabis community. And it just taught me what a giant, massive community this is, number one. Number two, it just, for some reason, it attracts a lot of good people, and, I went to my first Cannabis Cup in 1995 in Amsterdam. And when I first got there, I was just sitting in this room, and there was about 6 or 7 of us sitting around a table on a couch, hanging out. And joints were flying, and we shared joints for probably 10 minutes before we realized that only a couple people spoke the same language in the entire group.
But they all spoke the international language of cannabis.
Yes, exactly. Right. And that was just a pivotal moment for me, where it was a transformation when I realized how global the cannabis community is and how similar, we are everywhere. It's really a force for kindness and not everybody, of course. I mean,
sure.
Gangsters like to get high too. Yeah. Yes. But generally the cannabis community is a really beautiful, artistic
network of people,
kind group of folks,
understanding,
open-minded. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's really enlightening for me. And
that's why they call it Cannafam. It almost seems like family to some of these people. Yes.
Yeah, and there's a certain camaraderie when you've been persecuted as a group, right?
Yes.
You're kind of in on. You're kind of in the club. You're kind of in on the shared experience, and it creates a real camaraderie.
Support group almost.
Yeah. So we're kind of running out of time here. What final thoughts would you like to leave us with? Is there anything we haven't covered about the Cannaverse Awards, and what do you want to leave our listeners with today?
I think we've got it covered. Be ready to go for next year. Like I said, start creating some content. November 1st, we're shooting for November 1st. We're going to start opening up nominations for next year. So get in there, vote right now. Come check out the show. Check out some of the other nominees. See what kind of work they're doing. We will be putting together a self-nomination group. Self-promotion group, so people can get in there, self-promote themselves, so you can check out the kind of material they're putting together and stuff like that. So get in there next year, get a hold of us, get in there and vote for us, or put in your votes.
Very good, my friend.
Yeah. I appreciate the opportunity to let us to share this with you, because we didn't get the reach out there. So I knew you being with HempFest and everything, you'd help us get the word out and spread it around. And quite like I said, I'd really love to see Washington and the West Coast in there a little more next year. That'd be really cool.
So April 19th is the ceremony. Give the website again.
Yes, sir. It will be streamed straight from the Cannaverse page. So the Facebook Cannaverse page, and it'll also be on YouTube, Instagram. It's going to be about 9 platforms. So yeah, it'll be very easy to find when we get closer. We're going to start making news reels and announcements and stuff like that. They will start at 9 o'clock Eastern time and run for about 3 hours.
All right. Thank you so much, Troy Stevens, for being on the show, my friend.
Thank you, Vivian. My pleasure.
You bet. The Hempress intro music is 7 Mile Beach by Joanne Rand. The outro music, Take Back the Plant by Stickerbush. When it comes to injustice, you've got the right not to remain silent. Thanks, folks. See you next time.
Marijuana, THC, sweet sativa, Dick Queen, Santeria, Delta 9.
We get it. After all the frustration, the endless cycles of hoping for a system that actually works, you're ready for something steady. Something that delivers without constant workarounds or headaches. That's why we're excited to introduce the 2025 redesign of the Buzz CRM. Built with you in mind, it's more intuitive, faster, and smarter than ever. Finally, a CRM that sees your worth, streamlines your workflows, and gives you the tools to thrive without needing to prove yourself over and over again. Because you deserve a lifeline after all those outdated platforms. You deserve a system that keeps up with your goals and grows with your success. This isn't just a redesign, it's a revolution. Visit thebuzzcrm.com today. That's thebuzzcrm.com.